blew it.
Welcome to Cocktail Hour. Oh, okay. All right. I love it. I didn't know you had that there.
Oh my God. I was so not expecting both of us to be like,
oh,
cheers. It's a Wednesday.
Off the air, we were beep, 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 about a bunch of other stuff. And I did not know you had a cocktail. There you go. Well, what are you drinking there, Rach?
Well, white wine. I've had it for forever, so I definitely needed to get rid of it. I think it's a Riesling, I think.
Okay. All right.
What about you? Red wine?
I got a bottle of red that I cracked open from Portugal. It's a red blend. I can't pronounce it. I belong to a wine club because well, it's not even a wine club. It's one of them, you order the wines and they drop them off every 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of those dudes. And then you get the pamphlet, you get the papers, and if I could get a paper. Well, it's just you read all about. Ooh, it pairs well with charcuterie. It pairs well with charcuterie. Ooh.
I love it. Do you have any idea how much you spend a month on that? Or quarterly?
I absolutely. It's very cheap. You get these bottles, you save like around 20% per bottle. So most of the bottles are, ish $16 to $18. So usually about 25, 26. It's not foo-foo shishi wine. Okay. It's not John Michael Lyle's, I'm in the wine
the Veil
cellar.
Wine.
Yeah. No, it's not like that at all. It's but it comes on a regular basis. And I said to my wife, Cat Cave down there, I go, well, it's cocktail hour, which is misleading because we're only a half hour, not an hour, but and then we're not really doing cocktails. We're doing wine. I got a little McKee. You see that? See the McKee?
Love it.
All right. Well, cheers to you, Rachel. Cheers to you.
How is everybody? Happy Wednesday. Broncos on the bye week. Are we going to talk a little bit about Avs and Nuggets too last night?
We can. Oh, look at this. What's the topic for tonight? Well, we can let's see. Palisades, Colorado. Wine will give Vail a run for its money. By the way, we are open on Cocktail Hour to all sorts of sponsors. Anybody who wants to sponsor us, we are sponsorables. We'll take the sponsorship.
Could you just imagine us like who knows? Anyways, besides the point.
Yes, I can.
My imagination run wild, everyone. Cheers.
All right, if you this is kind of a potpourri show, obviously, as the Broncos have a bye week. Normally, Rachel would be at the facility, in the locker room, giving us stories from whatever. Nice to see you rascals back together. Yeah. And what I love about this show, unlike all the other things I do, Rachel knows more about how to do all this than I do. So as far as I'm concerned, Rachel could be in complete charge of this at the end of the day. But
that's everything.
What do you want to get into today? What do you want to reflect upon? Let's start with the Broncos. We can get to Nuggets and Avs. Yeah. I didn't see you there last night. I didn't know if I was going to see you at the Nuggets. I did not see you.
Not in Nuggets last night. I was trying to watch the Avs. Couldn't get the Avs game on. Rewatched all of the highlights. Went through everything. I was like, what is going on? It's funny. I have all these streaming devices. And don't get me wrong. Like, I love that they have made it like so, easy for so many people to be able to get it. But for some reason, I can't get Channel 20 on everything that I own.
Do you have
like,
Fubo?
That's the one thing. No. Is that where it is?
They did make it it was on, first of all, it was on Channel 20 last night. And by the way, I'm going to be on 9 News tomorrow morning talking about something. I don't know, talking about it. But
TV DMac. We need more.
I've done like a ridiculous amount of visual things, which is not been my goal at all. But I'll be on. You and I were both on. I was on yesterday for Fox, and you were on Monday night after the game, and I'm on 9 News tomorrow promoting that the fact that the games are Nuggets Avs on 9 News and Channel 20. Tomorrow's an interesting one because the Avs and Nuggets play at the exact same time. So we're gonna have here on Kill You with Truth some watch-alongs and post-game shows, but it's gonna be weird because they're happening all at the same time. So it's a Sports NATO tomorrow night. But I missed you at the Nuggets last night. It was a fun game. Really fun game.
Crazy.
So what's your primary TV? Are you like DirecTV?
I have a DirecTV, YouTube
Mm.
TV. We have something else too. We have Prime. Like we have the trifecta. It feels like, and then
And
I
the
just need an antenna.
yeah, an antenna would have worked, wouldn't it? No?
I know. I just need an antenna. I have everything else. I can get channel 9, everything, but channel 20 I could not get. So I'll work on that. But yeah, otherwise it was good. Yeah. Okay, let's talk Broncos first because I feel like a lot of people connect with us on the Bronco front. I'm happy that it's the bye. They really need to get Riley Moss back healthy, so that's beneficial. And if you watched our like super late post game reaction video on Sunday, we literally went live at midnight or Monday, excuse me.
Which a lot of people did, by the way.
A ton of people. I couldn't believe how many people were still awake at that time. Crazy. But I asked DMac, where would you go on your bye week? And he was like, I know I should say like Cabo and put my feet in the sand. And he said, but I would go to Aspen. Guess what other Bronco player is currently in Aspen?
Talk to me.
Take a guess. I need you.
All right. A Bronco player that's currently in Aspen. I'll say Bo Nix. And if it's Bo Nix, it's probably with a couple of other quarterbacks and wives and girlfriends.
So I found out from actually a viewer that Bo Nix was going back to Alabama because his dad is coaching in a high school football championship. So that's
that makes sense. That makes sense.
But
give me another guess. Give me one other hint. Give me one other hint.
You did get the position correct.
It'd be Jarrett Stidham and his wife for sure.
Jarrett Stidham. So I'm like curious if there's anybody else up there, but yeah, they're chilling.
Well, I do wonder if Zach Wilson would be there too. You know, he's from Utah. Yeah. And I would guess that he would ski. But Stidham seems to really be embracing. And was it his wife that posted that? Or how'd you find that out?
Yeah. I follow his wife on Instagram. That's how you actually get the details on all these guys.
Oh, no, you are the absolute best with all that. I love it. I don't like it. I love it. Where are they staying? Do you know where? Oh boy, we're really going creepy here. Do you know where they're staying in Aspen?
I do not. And even if I did, I don't think I would share that with the general public. Just
all right.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of options there.
I've been to Aspen once. Decided Aspen's a little too much for me.
No, it's not. No,
I did not need my burger to cost $75.
Oh well, yeah. There's that. But you
more of a Vail girl.
Oh my God, Vail! Aspen's so much better than Vail. Aspen is so. By the way, I saw the funniest T-shirt years ago at a Aspen gift shop. It was just a black T-shirt in white lettering. It just said "Vail sucks," and I thought that was, of course, Vail's amazing. And I know you got married. Yeah, Vail is incredible. But with Vail, there's a very like, you know, like we want to be Europe. It's like we want to be Europe, Vail. And Aspen wants to be America. Aspen's a very sort of America sort of town. It's expensive. Both places are expensive. I just think Vail's like a strip mall along the highway, and Aspen's like a real town.
Okay, well, I don't need my hamburger and some French fries to cost me $100.
What do you think they cost at Vail, Rachel? What do you think they are at Vail?
Like 50. Okay, frequent there. So,
by the way, Breck is Disney World compared to these. Breckenridge is the
crepes.
The street crepes are great. The street crepe. How long will you wait on Main Street there for a street crepe? How long will you wait?
I've waited an hour. I have waited an hour, and it was delicious and worth every minute that I waited.
I've drawn the line at 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, I'm like,
Can't do it.
But if people don't know, 100%, I'd wait an hour if it's the first and only time I've been there. I'd wait an hour, but I've had the crepes a couple times. But that being said, the reason why Breckenridge is like a real life Epcot Center because there's no backside to Breckenridge. There's everything you see at Breckenridge, everything you can ski at Breckenridge, you can see. Whereas Vail, you can't even see the mountain.
You know what, though? We can probably agree.
What?
Loveland is where it's at.
Well, with the Loveland.
Actually, ski or snowboard, it's Loveland. Sorry.
Loveland's. How's Anthony at skiing?
He's a snowboarder, but he's really good. I'm the one that's really slow and scared of falling down. So that's
how slow are you?
I mean, I'm not super slow, but like I do not like to bomb down the mountain. Like that is not my forte.
All right. My wife's kind of more conservative there.
Yeah.
But that could be a fun weekend. That could be, hey, we could do cocktail hour from the road.
Me and a Bloody Mary. Sign me up, Loveland.
Come on. You know what I'm saying?
We can go hang out with the governor of Loveland.
The mayor of Georgetown, Parker the Snow Dog.
Yes,
Technically, the mayor of Georgetown, Parker the Snow Dog.
Correct.
But love Loveland. Might be up at Loveland this weekend. As a matter of fact, there's a pass there waiting for me. Nod, nod, wink, wink. Thank you, Dustin.
Okay, I see
Got you covered. And yeah, Loveland's. I love Loveland. I'm a super huge fan of Loveland. And in general, all the Colorado areas. I've been lucky enough to basically ski at all of them. So there's only a couple that I just haven't been to, but they're like Silverton, which is kind of a wild, outrageous one. That's not even a ski area. It's like one lift and a ski guide and survival beacons and that sort of shit. Haven't done that. But I've been to Telluride, down Durango, Purgatory, some of the out, Wolf Creek, some of the crazy ones. So anyways.
Okay. Who else is a skier / snowboarder? I'm curious. Let us know in the comments. Also, we got another comment. First time listener, which we appreciate. Hey, Derek, thanks for hanging. But he did ask, how much better would our defense be with Singleton, and how much of a mistake was it to not put Pat Surtain on Jerry Jeudy during the entire game, even though we won? Let's get to the first one. How much better would the defense be with Singleton?
Not much.
Alex Singleton.
Just Justin Strnad and Cody Barton have done great. And Strnad has been on the team as a special teams guy, and he really hasn't had a chance to play inside linebacker, and he is excelling. He's doing phenomenal. Okay. So how would we be better? Singleton's a leader for sure. But, Strnad's done awesome. Cody Barton would have been playing anyways, and, he's been really good. So to answer your question, it probably wouldn't be that big of a difference. By the way, I do have some numbers on Jeudy and Surtain. Surtain was on Jeudy 60%. Jeudy was out for 57 passes, and Surtain was on him for 60% of those passes. During that time, Jeudy had 3 catches for 20 yards. He had 3 targets, 2 catches for 20 yards. When he wasn't guarded by Pat Surtain, 10 targets, 7 catches, 213 yards.
Yeah. Ridiculous. He went off. Levi Wallace got absolutely roasted.
So the question is why wasn't he there on him more? And so I've asked some NFL guys that, Rachel. I think it's a good question. And the NFL guys say, oh, well, you just can't play football like that. It's just not realistic. And I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
But, they played the game, right? So I just sort of, oh, you can't do it. And I'm like, really? Why not? I think you could have done it. I think you could have and you should have. But their other dude there, he went for over 100 yards. What's his face? I'm forgetting his name.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but
I can look him up. I got him right here. I got it. Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, 8 catches, 111 yards.
Yeah. Well, and it was okay, so Levi Wallace isn't doing well. Why didn't Chris Abrams
Drain. Chris Abrams Drain, yes.
I switched the M and the N's in those last names. Why wasn't he out there more? He's a rookie, and I feel like Sean's going to go with a guy who's more of a veteran in the league. But it'll be interesting to see now, if we do not get Riley Moss back, how that flips, and if we do see more of the rookie come out there.
How long is Riley Moss out for? Do you know?
No, I don't think they've said.
Yeah, I don't think they've said it either. And I'll do the Google machine because I don't even know if he's on IR. Or is he on IR? See, this is where I get a little confused.
I don't think he's on IR yet. Because if he was on IR, they wouldn't put him on the practice report.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm reading this here. Defense coordinator did bench Levi Wallace in favor of Chris Abrams Drain, but didn't have any things. Nothing specific. So don't know. But that's Levi Wallace is getting $5 million this year. How about that? He's getting $5 million buckaroonies.
Georgia Peyton gets a little hot and heavy when it comes to just handing out some money to some guys. I still don't think that the offensive line has lived up to their paycheck.
Where are you with George? Where are you with George Payton these days, Rachel? Because he was on your shit list. Where is he now with you?
He's a little bit better. I do think that he did really well in the draft last year. I think Jonah Ellis has been really good. Obviously, Bo Nix, but it's like I don't know if it was George Payton or Sean Payton. Like I don't know where things stand. So every time I see George Payton in the locker room, I kind of feel bad for him. He just kind of like walks through there, head down, like does a little head nod. I'm like, I feel like you're not really that in charge right now. You just sign the paperwork and call whoever Sean tells you to call. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what it feels like. So.
Yeah, I feel that it would have been fine if you wanted to let him go when you filed Nathaniel Hackett. Sure. But that being said, somebody's got to pay attention to, like, for example, this past week, Rachel, they were facing a left-footed punter with the Browns, so they brought in a left-footed punter for a tryout. It's not really a tryout. I mean, I guess I'm rolling my eyes. It kind of is, kind of not. But they just wanted to get some practice for their punt returners, seeing the ball spin a different way. That's very common. Well, who's going to figure all that shit out? Like, is that going to be Sean Payton doing that type of thing? Or who's going to figure out the Josh Reynolds stuff? It's one thing just to say, we don't need him, we're moving on, that sort of thing, which they did do, and he got picked up by Jacksonville. It's another thing to sort of do all of it and make sure it's happening. And this is where I think George Payton is great for Sean Payton, because Sean Payton could have big ideas, and then you need somebody to execute it.
So he's an assistant. Well.
Yes. Yes.
I thought it was supposed to be the hierarchy of, head coach, GM, owner. But so it's more like GM, head coach, owner?
It depends. Like, what's Andy Reid? What was Bill Belichick? What's Mike Tomlin? You know what I'm saying? These guys, it can work. Who's the GM with the Chargers working with Jim Harbaugh? I don't even know. I think it sort of depends on how things are set up.
Are you telling me to cut him some slack?
No, you don't have to cut him some slack. I like it when you're fucking angry and shit. I think that's awesome. So I think that's great. No, I'm not going to tell you to cut him any slack.
Rachel, I think that our offensive line is in the top 10. I believe they are in the top 10, but I'm not saying that they're a bad offensive line. I'm just saying for how much money they are making, it's a little crazy. Would you bring Garrett Bowles back or not? Oh, that's like the hardest question to answer right now. It really is, because I mean, they have chemistry and it's working, and Bo's getting more time.
All right.
If he took a hometown deal like Jonathan Cooper did, then absolutely I would bring him back. Okay. On how long of a term? Great question. But like if he wants to get really high paid, I just don't know if you can afford to.
Yeah, because look who you're gonna pay, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna pay Nick Bonito.
You have to.
Yeah, you don't have to do it necessarily. Well, I don't know. You probably save money by getting a deal done sooner than later on Nick Bonito.
Totally.
So, you probably need to get that done.
But that's all NFL contracts. Like every year it goes up.
You're going to give Cortland Sutton, you're going to tear his contract up and give him more money? Don't have to, but are you going to?
Ooh, that's an even better question. Is Cortland Sutton worth the big contract extension? Not until he hits 1,000 yards.
There's not till he hits 1,000. 12 players. I think 12 receivers make $30 million or more as receivers. Is he one of those guys? Is he in that club? In your opinion?
Oh, I feel bad saying that, but no.
Okay. Why not? Why not?
But here's my other thing on this is like him and Bo's connection have been, I mean, it's been insane this year. Like he's the number one guy for a reason. So I struggle to like take away his top target right now, but it depends what he wants. And I feel like he wants the big money.
All right.
What's he getting paid now? 18, 19?
Yeah, pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as high as 30. I wouldn't do that. But
I was going to say max 25.
Yes. Maybe even a pinch less. That being said, I think he has proved his value. I think the connection with him and Bo Nix is unquestionable.
Yep.
And now that we see that works, to me, I'd rather have a little stability there. You'll still have cap space to go out and get somebody else. But the bigger question is, do you believe that? Do you believe, not in Bo, because we're all good on Bo, but do you believe in Mims, Troy Franklin, Devon Vele? I mean, where are you with the other guys there?
Okay, Devon Vele, yes.
Okay.
Love him. Keep him. Fantastic.
Cheap, very cheap.
Marvin is growing more on me. If you would have asked me 4 weeks ago, I would have said, what the heck are we doing, Marvin Mims? I just don't understand. So he's growing more on me. Troy Franklin, I feel like it's just a rookie year. We got to get over this little slump that they got. Bo Nix has addressed it, saying, it's just been a little bit of a struggle. They're overthinking it at this point. So can they overcome that? Getting rid of Josh Reynolds, obviously. He signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars off of the waivers, which is really interesting.
Very.
Oh, I know that it helps the Broncos because now they're going to save a little bit of money, but I'm a little intrigued with what they're going to do.
And these are this is what George Payton and Sean Payton got to figure out. And really, in all honesty, do you want Sean Payton having to hem and haw about these things, or do you just want his 2 cents? Like, we'd like, yeah.
I think he hems and haws on everything.
I think he probably. Well, I don't know, but my guess is he says, yeah, I'd like that guy. Nah, it's fine. We'll move on. Like, I think they could have absolutely, Rachel, if they wanted to, kept Justin Simmons. I think that's a no-brainer. And they were, you were around the locker room last year. They were dying to get rid of Jerry Jeudy and dying to get rid of him.
Are you happy for him that he had such a big game?
You know what made me feel a little sympathetic to Jerry Jeudy? They did the story about his sister, who was born with a terrible disease and died when she was like 8 years old. And, cause, your cleats for your cause, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And it was in honor of his sister. And I just did not know that story. And I saw that story, and sweet little girl, and she could never really talk, but they still 8 years had that kind of relationship, Rach. And I was like, okay. You kind of got me on that one. I think Jerry Jeudy was just kind of, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's just kind of immature. That's all. And his story with his sister is I'm very sympathetic towards that. Empathetic, perhaps. But all that being said, he is the football version of Matt Duchene and Carmelo Anthony. That's it. He's that. Don't you think?
I saw that tweet too.
Yeah?
Yes. I feel like that is like the perfect way to describe Jerry Jeudy. And that's why everybody was booing him at the game on Monday night. Every time he touched the ball. And then, of course, they get worse because he's actually doing something. And everyone's like, why couldn't you ever do that here in Denver? Right. But it just shows you the NFL is all about fit. It's where you fit. And gosh, I just feel like he just never fit here. And I don't know if it's because they didn't have the quarterback. There was drama in the locker room. I have no idea any of it, but it is so much about fit.
Yeah.
And so it answers the question for a lot of these guys, right? Like, can you go replace Garrett Bowles and have somebody who's going to fit in with that offensive line, fits in with the Denver Broncos, who wants more than anything to be a Bronco? Like, that's Garrett Bowles. Same with Courtland Sutton. What if he goes to a different team and he just absolutely pops off? 1,500-yard season. Like, are they the right fit here?
Well, I think Sutton is the right fit here, and I love to see the relationship he has with Bo Nix, and he's in the prime of his career. He's in unbelievable shape. He's not like a breakaway guy as much as he's a get-open body, 50-50 sort of guy. So he's probably not like a number one guy, but he's darn close. Mims is cheap, and you can wait on him until you do something new. Troy Franklin, super cheap. Vele, late-round pick, super cheap. Yeah. So you can go.
So who do you go out and get?
Well, are you paying freaking Garrett Bowles or not? And if you're not paying Garrett Bowles, then you're probably drafting an offensive tackle in the 20s now because the Broncos are a playoff team. But you can probably draft a left tackle somewhere in the 20s. That's where Garrett Bowles was drafted. He was drafted at number 20 overall. But if you keep Bowles and he's going to get a big contract from you, then you'd probably be drafting tight end, wide receiver, running back. You know what I'm saying? Like best player available at that 20 spot, and vice versa. Like if you have the money to spend, like if you let Bowles go and you'll be drafting an offensive tackle, well then, Rachel, you've got your $30 million to spend on a playmaker and you go in that direction. So I think that's the conundrum. Like, what would you do in that situation? What direction would you go?
Can I answer this in a month after the Broncos are out of the playoffs?
I prefer you answer it in the form of a haiku.
I don't know, because it's like I want to see the
Garrett Bowles, left tackle, holding always. Must draft another player. Yes. I don't know if that was a haiku, but it was kind of like,
it was along the lines.
It was haiku-ish. Yeah.
This is why we should never give DMac red wine.
All right, we only have a couple minutes here. What? Yeah, I know. It goes fast.
So fast.
It goes so fast.
Right now, I say Garrett Bowles, draft wide receiver, or go get another cheap wide receiver. Like, that's what Josh Reynolds was supposed to be, was a cheap wide receiver.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't live up to it, but I'm leaning more towards keep Garrett Bowles right now. That's how I feel.
Do you have any reports of other guys on their bye week? I find that stuff really interesting. Do you know where anybody else is going?
Anybody?
What's Izzy Smoke? Oh, she's in Alabama. Izzy Smoke's in Alabama.
Yeah, they're in Alabama. Let's see. Okay. Who else? Who would we want to know? Zach Wilson.
Well, Cortland Sutton, I'd be curious about.
Do you think Zach's gonna go back to New York?
Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
What, back to the Jets?
Yeah.
Well,
come on.
Gosh, I hadn't thought of that. That's really interesting. I mean, they got to move on from Aaron Rodgers. Oh, are you going to watch the Aaron Rodgers Netflix docuseries?
I didn't even know there was.
Right. You haven't seen the trailer for it?
No.
You got to see the trailer.
Do they follow him into the cave?
Yes. All of that. Caves, water cannons, group hugs,
no
tubs,
way.
ayahuasca, painted faces, all of it. All of it. They do all of it with them.
My God.
Yeah.
I just saw, let me find his exact quote. Today at the podium, he was like talking about being wanted, and I was like, okay,
oh my God.
I just redid my house here in Jersey. My goal was to play a few more years here. I'd like to play well and feel like I'm wanted back. If not, I will not be offended. I won't be upset.
I guess the 50 million. There's a great line in the TV show Mad Men where, I forget the character's name, but she's complaining to Don Draper about not being appreciated. And Don Draper goes, "That's what the money's for." You never give me, you never give me a compliment. That's what the money's for.
Oh my God.
He
drives me nuts. He's probably the most yeah. And who said that? Aaron Rodgers said that. Yeah. Zach Wilson back to New York. Hell no, they ruined him there. No love lost for Jerry. Was great seeing Rachel at Canvas Stadium for CSU CU. Oh my God. Hi. Yeah. If you ever see me out, please say hi. CSU in the campus stadium that DMac still hasn't been to.
Yeah, well, nobody's literally held a gun to my head, so I haven't been there. So
it is such a nice stadium. It's so much better than Folsom.
All right, and on that, I'll say goodbye and good night. It goes quick. It goes too quick.
It goes so quick. Are we still doing something Sunday?
We can if you want. I'd love to. If you want to, I will. What time do you want to go? What time do you want to go Sunday? Your call.
I'm thinking after the 2:00 games.
Okay. You want to go like
6 right before Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, let's go. Well, why don't we do like 5:30? Let's do 5:30, and we can watch the end of the games, and we'll have more time, and we'll see you Sunday. Let's see you.
Bye, everybody.
Oren Lamena is coming up next. See you. Bye.
Bye.